Good morning. I got some news for you. It got me up out my bed. I don't do that often. Let's come back and talk about Operation Freaky Friday. You ready? Let's go. Operation Freaky Friday. Good morning, neighbors. Let's get this news and information together before I give you the news and information. So late last night around 9 p.m. Eastern, immigration attorneys across the country started receiving verified alerts from the American Immigration Lawyers Association, or AILA. And according to those alerts, ICE intends to begin a nationwide enforcement initiative today, Friday, October 3rd, 2025. Now, internally referred to as Operation Freaky Friday. The alleged plan to target unaccompanied migrant children. I need you all to understand that, many of whom had previously been detained and later released under federal protections. And we're going to be talking about that here in just a second. Okay, so the name Freaky Friday, just like the movie, adults switching places with children. Only this time, the switch involves threats, detentions, and deportation. So here's what AILA's reporting. According to multiple immigration lawyers who are receiving emails or who received emails, the operation targets unaccompanied minors ages 14 and up, with some indications that the threshold could drop to as low as 10 years old. Now, these children could receive a letter from ICE threatening indefinite detention unless they agree to waive their protections under the Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act, or the TVPRA. If they sign, they would be offered $2,500 to, quote, voluntarily return to their country of origin. If they refuse, the letter warns their parents or guardians could be arrested. So this means that children, many of whom already fled violence or exploitation, may be coerced into surrendering their legal rights under threat or financial pressure. So let's talk about what the TVPRA is, okay? So this particular act, or the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, first enacted in 2000 and reauthorized repeatedly by Congress, is America's core anti-trafficking law, okay? So it ensures that victims of human trafficking, especially children, cannot be penalized or deported simply because they were trafficked. Now, among those safeguards, it's a protection from deportation, right to legal counsel, placement with the Office of Refugee Resettlement, or, and it's ORR, rather than an ICE detention. A requirement that the U.S. treat all unaccompanied children with due process, care, and safe housing standards. And that's reinforced by the Flores Settlement Agreement, okay? For ICE to pressure minors to waive these rights would run contrary to both what congressional intent and multiple court orders, potentially violating due process. And you've heard me talk about that a lot lately. Equal protection and child welfare laws. So let's talk about why this matters, because you know I like to do that, right? If these reports are accurate, and according to the research that I've done, attorneys ain't making this up and they're not reading air, okay? This Operation Freaky Friday will represent a dangerous escalation using minors, y'all, to pressure families and dismantle trafficking protections established over 2 decades. Immigration experts note that even threatening such waivers could be deemed coercion under U.S. and international law. Civil rights attorneys are preparing to file emergency injunctions this morning to stop any implementation until a federal judge can review the legality of this operation. So here's what you can do right now. I talk about this often. Know your rights. No child should sign any waiver without an attorney present. Families must demand legal representation and keep copies of all documents. Here's something else that I'm going to put out here as a mother myself. If your children are unaccompanied this weekend, go accompany them. Period. Contact legal aid. That's another thing that you should absolutely do. Reach out immediately to the ACLU, to AILA, Immigration Rights Project, or local refugee and immigration centers in your area. And y'all document everything. Document, document, document. If you or someone you know receives a letter or visit from ICE, record the details, time, location, agent name, threats made, and share only with verified legal advocates. Record everything. Demand oversight. Call your congressional representatives. And I know what a lot of you all are saying right now. Neither side really is giving a damn right now. Ask for public hearings. Call these people out, right? Call them out right where they are. Spread this word and spread it safely. Don't put anything extra on it. The only thing that I did was provided the information that was provided to me, and share this verified information as many times as you possibly can, not rumors. Share this information. Direct people to official AILA alerts, trusted nonprofit updates, or to immigration attorneys for additional resources, and credible press coverage should be something you should be looking at. So here, listen, it's too early in the morning, I thought, but I knew it was a reason why I was awake. If America begins using children as leverage, Molly, we in danger, girl, but we've been in danger. Threatening families to force deportations. It's a lot that could be said, but I want you to do something for yourself. Share this information. Stay alert, stay passionate, stay informed. I need you all to understand how serious this is. Do not allow this to become Operation Freaky Friday, where they can laugh and giggle and say things like fuck them kids and all kinds of things about our children. Our children. I want you all to stay alert and stay informed. I'm going to get back to what I was doing. Yeah. For more news and information that you can always use, head over to brownstoneworldwide.com, Cityscape Radio, for sound you'll remember and podcasts you'll enjoy. And guess what else, folks? Brownstone Living magazine. We'll see you around.